Hello everybody, how you doing? My name is Michael, and let's continue this playthrough of Dark Souls 2. We creamed Rain after a little bit of difficulty during the last part of the playthrough, but now we are going to go on a bit of a treasure hunt, because there's a whole bunch of stuff to collect in this area that we did not, and we have some more Nadalia souls to collect. I am in the foyer area, and I'm going to go back to the area with Maldron the Assassin, so we can collect the sword from that area, the very unique, very interesting sword, whose presence in the game causes more questions than answers. But hey, it's a cool sword. Let's go get it. This area, I think, has a red phantom over here in New Game Plus. Although, they also... I'm not sure about this, but I think they also did stuff that was unique to New Game Plus Plus. So your third playthrough may be very different than even your second one, so I don't know about that. The fact that I was playing through all these not on regular game, but on later playthroughs has made it a little difficult. You see these guys are covered in ash. There's a Nadalia soul down there. You can also throw fire bombs up at you. Now I have to stress that if you're having trouble with this area or don't like it, and you know, I'm not crazy about it, then really this sword is not that valuable, and getting the Nadalia statue, eventually when you get her soul, you can use it to make a chime and a hex, I want to say, but it's not especially good. I think it's like, I don't remember what it is, but I remember it not being worth it. Not only these Ashen Warriors down there, the Living Armors are also down there somewhere. Ooh, it's getting dark. It actually looks fairly dark in here. And you can see we're getting cursed by the Nadalia statue, so what I think... see, what I kind of want to do... Ooh, I think he can hit me from down there. I think he kind of had that pointed up there, but, well, maybe not. No, you come up here, pal. No, you come up here. Can I get him? Oh no, I forgot these guys resurrect. I forgot with the Nadalia statue, those guys are resurrected. I forgot that. So we're just going to have to run down and maybe suicide to get the Nadalia statue. Because, yeah, this'd be crazy. We'll just have to come back up if we die. There we go. Stay dead now. Alright, I thought we were going to be ganged up on and jumped by those guys, but maybe it's just better to come back after Maldron is dead, because they'll probably gather around where Maldron's body is as they try to kill him. Now, in Dark Souls 1, there were moments of, shall we say, extreme, trollish levels of agonizing difficulty. You know, I'm not going to pretend that there weren't. Ugh. Eat that stupid belly flop attack, for God's sakes. Have some dignity and just attack normally. But those moments really felt like they were a natural challenge. They didn't feel, I hate to say it, but artificially difficult. Like they felt like they were a genuine part of the game, rather than, you know, I get this image of the designer sitting around saying, "Hey, we gotta make this part really hard because it's Dark Souls," you know. It just feels like unnecessarily difficult, like they intended to make it really, really tough. Oh good, that guy did die from falling damage, that's nice. I don't think the items on the clock... Is that what they are? Are they gears? Like clockwork gears? I don't think they're especially useful. And we might have missed a soul of ash here or there that we just forgot about. that we destroyed the statue I forgot about. Now, there is a gank here of 4 Ashen Warriors, I want to say, if you go for the chest over there, but I'm not sure about that. I don't think you need to open the chest to have them spawn. You just need to go close to it, and then they'll do it. Yep. They just come up automatically. There also seem to be a lot more enemies in this game that flask, which there were in Dark Souls 1. I mean, they definitely had them. It's just I don't think there were quite so many. Ugh. Just that attack there he did, where he did a running attack, did several attacks after that. He doesn't have any stamina. They've designed them not to have stamina, and part of it I think has something to do with dual wielding, which is not something I discussed, and I intentionally did not do that because I didn't want to encourage people to dual wield. Because unless you're doing it with, like, daggers, dual wielding is pretty ridiculous. But what that is essentially is if you have a weapon where you have over the required stats for it, you can press, let me see here, maybe I can do it. Can I do it? No, I can't. Not with those. This one maybe? Oh, this one I can. If you hold the Y button on these certain weapons, the weapons have to match up. They have to be roughly of the same type, and they have to, and you have to have over a certain amount of stats to use them. You can hold down Y, and if you press the L1 and L2, these will now be the dual-wielding attack. You see, you swing them at the same time at an enemy. And this is just kind of ridiculous. I mean, this is so far out from real fighting. It doesn't feel like it really should belong in Dark Souls, which is why I don't like it. And it gets especially ridiculous when you can have, later on in the game, gigantic, like titanic weapons, like the great clubs. 2 of them in either hand, swinging them at the same time with your monumental strength. It just gets ridiculous. In fact, now that I think about it, maybe that's something that you can do with the strength ring if you can't quite get to the point where you can two-hand, or rather dual-wield a weapon because you don't have the strength over a certain amount. You can put that ring on and that would help. But, yeah, I think it's fine if you do it with smaller weapons like daggers or something like that. But doing it with these giant, even just 2 long swords is kind of ridiculous. But dual-wielding a claymore and a broadsword, it just looks ridiculous, and I was also incensed that they did not show how to do it at the beginning of the game, because I have to admit something, that despite what I said about dual wielding there, I actually started out this game as my very first playthrough as a swordsman, and you get to start out with 2 swords there, and I had no idea how to do the 2-sword attack, and after an hour or so, because I didn't want to look it up online, I insisted on not doing that. I decided to say screw it and just start using a shield, and I never looked back. And the whole dual-wielding thing is pretty ridiculous. Majestic Greatsword. The Majestic Greatsword, where are you, sir? There you are, is a sword that you need strength, dex, intelligence, and faith to use, so Dark Souls 1 players may have a faint inkling about what this sword is like, because, yeah, it almost certainly is Artorias' sword, which looks really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats to use it, but, yeah. I mean, this is Artorias' sword from Dark Souls 1. Artorias was probably the greatest and most important hero in Dark Souls 1, and his story was tragic and fascinating and fantastic. And, the DLC with him is just amazing. It looks a little bit more choked and destroyed, almost like the Abyss took it, which I think might be what they said. Ancient greatsword of unknown origin. Sword passed down through generations until it reached Gordon. Really? Gordon? Do they have every name ridiculous in this? Wandering Knight of Ferosa, and was lost upon his death. Uncannily, every last one of the prominent swordsmen who inherited this weapon was left-handed. Yeah, that's a reference to something in Dark Souls 1 about Artorias. And let me put this here. And if you put it in your left hand, it has a unique moveset, which is essentially Artorias' moveset, or a very similar one. I think you can do something different with it. Can you? Let me see here. No, you might have to have the stats on it to get it to work more properly, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I tended not to use the sword in Dark Souls 1 because even though it was so legendarily awesome, and I really mean that, Elan Greatbow plus 5? Seriously? Alright, okay, well wait a minute, there is something you might want to come back here to get, because it's a upgraded Elan Greatbow that I stupidly did not come and get first. Instead I grinded it out, but I didn't want to say ground it out, that sounded odd. It's not coffee. I grinded it. That doesn't sound right either, but anyway. I tended not to use the sword in Dark Souls 1 because it was, well, because the stats were so prohibitive. It's not like in DS2 where you can get whatever stats you want pretty much. In Dark Souls 1, to get, I think it was 18 intelligence, 18 faith, 20 dex, and 20 strength, that was a serious challenge, and you pretty much had to make your build around using the sword. Sorry about that. But anyway, the Artorias Greatsword, I wish it would have been cooler. I mean, I understand them making a unique weapon like that, just to make it special because it was part of Artorias, but it was too damn hard to use. Now his shield, on the other hand, that I would have liked to last into this game. That would have been awesome, because that was probably the best shield in the game. Arguably, it's kind of difficult to say. Now this next area is agony, because it is a gigantic pit filled with tough enemies and a Nadalia statue that makes them stronger and curses you. And there are some of those hovering greatsword guys. There are a bunch of pansies that won't come out and fight, apparently, who will resurrect if you try to kill them, obviously. Wanted to make sure to kill that guy, because I know he can flask. I forgot about that guy on the left there. And obviously, as you saw, their aggro range is pretty low, so if you come out more towards here, they're not really going to bother you. But going into this pit and fixing all this is really difficult. And I don't even think it's worth it. I think you get some upgrade material or something, but it's probably not worth your time. But I'm going to show you anyway, just in case you want to get Nadalia's soul. And it's also really hard in New Game Plus because there is an invader with a whip, of all things, over here on this side, a red phantom. Not an invader, it's a red phantom in this room here. And maybe we can get down here. Okay, there is a guy down there. Oh, I can backstab him. Ooh, but he's not dead. That's no good. Ugh. Keep underestimating the number of guys in here. And you see the curse took away, made me hollow and took away some of my... lives. There we go. And hopefully there's just one more in the arrow guy. Oh, this guy's a halberdier too. At least I can knock him down with a heavy. Let's see if I can make it over there. I was getting past this guy. You gotta go through a door. And you know how dangerous doors are. There we go. Whoa. Alright, that was something at least. Hey, why was I being cursed there? I shouldn't have been cursed. Oh Lord. More of these guys. There we go. No drops. Didn't think so. And this door is, well, nothing. There's nothing in there. Ooh, 5 large Titanite shards. That's something. Again, especially New Game Plus, not necessarily worthwhile. How many souls in the Dahlia do we have? Ooh, we have 11. Okay, that's good. But unfortunately, are we out of wedges? Yeah, I think we're out of smelter wedges. In order to get the last one, we have to defeat the next boss of the area. What's his name? Suralon. Fire Snake. That's another weird pyromancy. But oddly enough, I think we see the guys in the Ivory Crown DLC use at one point, I think. So I don't know what they're doing with it. Getting some of the rest of the stuff here will tragically require jumping, the bane of my existence. So I'm just going to pop on this, and I don't know why I'm even putting that on, because if we fail, we're going to fail hard, and we're not gonna survive. But well, I'll try anyway. I think the only statue I didn't get was actually the one very early on. Maybe I should try it on the way down? Yeah, maybe that's easier. Yeah, I'll try that. Fuck. Or maybe putting that ring on was a good idea. I don't think up here there's anything terribly useful. Although maybe... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I put on my Great Club. There might actually be a crystal lizard up there. If I can get there. If I fail too hard too many times, I'm probably just not even going to bother. Yes! Thank the Lord! I don't think I've ever actually gotten this guy. Come on. Yes! USA! USA! Oh, 3 chunks! Nice! That's a if that's a guaranteed drop, it's definitely worth it coming up here. Now what do we got here? Is it the Spontoon? No, it is not. So where is the Pilgrim's Spontoon, then? Curiouser and curiouser. The Pilgrim's Spontoon is, takes a heck of a stat investment in order to use. I think it takes 30 intelligence and 30 intelligence and 30 faith in order to use. So that's a pretty hefty stat investment. Try to remember where the heck it could be, though. What's up there? I know it's in a fairly small little, sort of an alcove or something, that it's a little bit difficult to get into. There is something else we can get, though, just past here, so maybe we could go get that. The troll ring. Although I have to stress, the fun troll ring, not the evil bad troll ring. The fun happy times troll ring. Is that this way? I think maybe. Yes, it is. Oh, good. Just gonna open up this little shortcut here. That's the first bonfire, or the second bonfire we got. Oh, did he walk into the fire? Maybe he did. Thank you, sir. Obviously, if you want to be more cautious, you should, put on all your flame-resistant stuff before walking through that jet of flame, but, I'm throwing caution to the wind. Which is, never something you want to do in a Dark Souls game. Do as I say, not as I do. Alright, let me try out this ring. This blew my mind when I first got it, and I love to use it when I was, being invaded. Watch this. Yeah. Did you see that? This is incredible. I'm still not certain if it causes the enemy to lose their aggro on you, but I just love the idea of turning completely invisible when rolling. It's like you get a visual cue about your iframes. It's pretty awesome. I really love to say that. And that item there, I believe, is very difficult to get. So I'm not going to bother with it. It's not an important item. It's just a troll. They're trying to kill you by walking in there. And yeah, of course they did that when I first came in here. Of course that happened. But, well, you gotta risk a bit. Where could you be, Pilgrim Spontoon? Is that... Oh, that's it. That's gotta be it. Wonder if I can just roll there, or do I need to jump? I don't think that was the right one I wanted to go on. Nope, it was not. I wanted the one below this. Darn it. I've never actually used the Pilgrim Spontoon. Pilgrim is Pilgrim as in Pilgrim of Dark. The Dark Covenant. Well, it kind of stops a bit at the bottom there, so that's going to be useful. So it's obviously a dark weapon with intelligence and faith. Buck me, buck it! Oh, I lived. Yes, USA! Maybe I should just try rolling onto it. Let's see here. Come on. Come on. There you go. The fight against the magic smelter demon in this area is a dark, nightmarish agony that is almost too hideous to contemplate. So I probably will not be trying that. There you go. It's just underneath here. No. Fucking hell. Perfect. I'm gonna try again, though, to try to get that stupid Spontoon, or whatever the hell it is. Just let me jump. Just let me fucking jump. And I'm serious about this. I know that you're not gonna be able to jump in Bloodborne, but Jesus Christ, come on. It's getting old. It's not appropriate to... It seemed in Dark Souls 1 there were annoying moments where your lack of jumping could get you killed, but they seem to have deliberately designed levels in DS2 to be like that. And I really, really hate that. I think that's just fucking agony. Now, the Smelter Demon boss fight, the reason that I hate it, besides the fact that it's lazy as hell and so repetitive, is because if you've ever seen The Running Man, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, there's a point in The Running Man before the contest actually starts where, thank you, Jesus Lord, before the contest actually starts, where they're giving Arnold all of these weird medical tests and things like that, and right before, and they seem to be drugging him and making him weaker. You know, they beat him up, they throw him around in this room, they inject him with stuff. They seem to deliberately be making things really hard for him so that he will be so weak he can't fight back in the battle. And that's pretty much what happens with the Smelter boss fight. You go in there, and they intentionally try to make this as agonizingly difficult as possible, so when you, by the time that you get there, it's almost impossible to defeat it. You know, they break you down, they smash you, they hurt you as much as they possibly can. And since we only have about 5 minutes left, I think I will show you a bit of that area, the Iron Passage. And it really, oh my lord, it's so agonizing. And there are two sections you can go through, but both of them are agony. The Pilgrim Spontoon here actually looks kind of neat, I guess. Very unique thing to use. And it is a catalyst with a strong attack. So that's something unique if you wanted to go for a very unique looking Hexer character. Oh, it actually has fairly low strength and dex requirements. I didn't know that. Oh, use sorcery? Huh. Or is it sorcery and hexes? That's odd. I thought it was just sorcery and hexes. But anyway, let's head down to Dead Iron Passage. And the only you get 2 rewards for defeating the Smelter Demon. One, you get a blue Smelter Sword. I hated the Smelter Sword in general, so I don't use it, so fuck it. I didn't care about that. And you also get a ridiculous little mask that's like a Greek tragedy mask, I guess you could say. And I'm actually going to put on Ring of Life Protection before I head in there. You can summon 2 people like this. The troll boss area always looks like this, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah. In all of the areas, the troll area looks like this one. And these areas are designed for you to play with people. That's why they're designed in this way, for you to play them with friends. You're not really supposed to go in there alone because it's so difficult. Now, this next area, we're going to charge forward after hitting this, after pulling this lever. And there is at the other end, if you'll see, one of those hideous monstrosity fireball shooting lizard guys. But it's not actually one of them. It's a statue of them that just looks like one of them. However, it does spit those fireballs out at you. And on either side here, there are cages with hollows in them. And what you have to do is pull this and then run as fast as humanly possible while dodging the fireballs and not getting hit by the hollows, and run through the gate before it closes, which is incredibly difficult, but I'm going to try to do it anyway. I'll show you how difficult it is to do this. Okay, I think I almost made it there. But still, you can see how agonizingly tough it is to do that. And there's also a new enemy in there who's wearing the astrologist set. I didn't actually show this set because we haven't completed Felkin's quest line, but I think I will do that now that I think about it because we have all the stuff, and we're winding down, and we are hollow, so we can talk to oh, not Felkin, what am I saying? Navland's quest line. And we are hollow, so we can talk to old Navi. And I think we have all the stuff we need. Oh no, well, wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Hold on. We may not have all the stuff. I'm going to pop back to Kale and talk to him. Oh my goodness, look at this. Huh. Her grave is there because, you know, somebody, cough cough, somebody murdered her. But why would you want to talk to her? Could it be that I'm really intrigued by this now because her summon sign will show up in the DLC. So maybe if it shows up in the DLC even after we've murdered her, she will be... Will she be there? This is really questionable now. The reason that you want to go through this rigmarole with Navland is because you will get the best pyromancy in the game, Forbidden Sun. It requires 3 attunement slots to use, but it is a gigantic weapon, and it is absolutely brutal. What the heck? He's not here? Ugh, god damn it. Oh, Lord. He has glitched out on me before and simply not shown up. I don't know what we can do to make him show up. Didn't we get this already? Or not? Is the soul vessel? Huh. I'm not exactly sure what has caused him to not show up here, though, because, and this has happened to me before. I thought they fixed this, though, in a patch. But we are going to need something of Kale's, his helmet, in order to show Navland that we have murdered him. However, he will give us his helmet if we simply, if we light a certain number of bonfires. I'm not exactly sure how many. Should we go and murder him? I think the answer to that question is always yes. Should we murder him? Yes, we should. Because, I mean, why not, right? He should not get in our way. Now let's head over here. I can only hope that opening that chest has made him appear. If not, we're going to have to go back to the Forest of Fallen Giants and take care of him. But if he's not here, I'm not going to bother continuing with this because that's a little bit extra. Yeah, he's not here. A lot of bloodstains here. I guess because of the skeleton that was down there, but yeah. Well, unfortunately, we're at a half an hour, so I think I'm going to call it an episode here. Bye-bye.